Having a great theme song is one of the most important parts of a wrestler's character, and there have been a lot of amazing wrestling theme songs that we have heard over the years, and we always are wondering, we're always coming up with lists of what is the greatest wrestling theme song of all time? What is your Mount Rushmore of greatest wrestling theme songs? I feel like we're always asking some variation of that question, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be talking about some of the greatest theme songs of all time, but today I'm going to be ranking the greatest WWE theme songs of all time by decade. So we have 5 decades going from the 80s all the way to the 2020s. I'm going to give 5 songs from each decade that I think are the 5 best songs from that decade. I'm going to give around 5 honorable mentions as well for each decade to kind of give other superstars, other songs, their flowers that don't make the list. I'm excited to jump into this and talk about some theme songs. But before we do, please make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those notification bells so when videos like this and other daily wrestling content comes out, you can watch those videos as soon as they drop. Also, at the end, I will rank each decade, so I will give my final ranking of what decade I think put out the best wrestling theme songs. With all that being said, I hope you enjoy this video. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Let's jump into it. All right, so we are starting in the 80s, and this era was honestly the easiest list to put together because there weren't really many to choose from. I feel like theme songs didn't really start to get super popular until like the 90s around then. So we're going to go from the bottom up. I'm going to start with the honorable mentions though. At honorable mention, we have Mr. Perfect, Ultimate Warrior, and Ted DiBiase. Leaving off Ultimate Warrior and Ted DiBiase was very difficult, but I couldn't replace any of the guys above them. First up, number 5, we have Roddy Piper, the Green Hills of Tyrol. I hope I pronounced that correctly. The bagpipes, it's unbelievably iconic. You hear that, there's no mistake of who's coming out to the ring. It's Roddy Piper. Next up, we have Jake Roberts, who has a very funky theme song that initially you hear it and it's like, I can't imagine that going with a guy that carries a snake around. Well, it does work. It's called Snake Bit. It works perfectly for him. At number 3, we have Randy Savage, and I'm talking about iconic theme songs and stuff. Randy Savage's theme song, it felt like I'm walking into my graduation. I'm about to grab my diploma or something like that. Randy Savage, One of a Kind, Pomp and Circumstance. It is a theme song that will stand the test of time. Now, this one might be out of left field. I wasn't expecting this to even be on my top 5 or in the list, but I listened to some songs back and I have Demolition at number 2. Their theme song fucking rocks. If there wasn't a certain number 1 here, I think this would have been my number 1. Here comes the axe, here comes the smasher, the Demolition, Walking Disaster. Fucking fire. I'm a huge fan of that song. I added it to my gym playlist after I listened to it, so I am excited to go back, listen to that many more times. And at number 1, this is easy. It's Hulk Hogan, Real American. Am I the biggest Hulk Hogan fan in the world? Absolutely not. But Real American, it's it arguably is the greatest wrestling theme song of all time. It's 50 years old, 40, 50 years old, and people still recognize it like it just came out yesterday, and it's an iconic theme song. Moving on to the 90s, this is when it starts to get a little difficult to put together these lists, and this is when I think people are going to start to get a little opinionated, a little upset, but I'm going to face the storm. I'm going to push through. At honorable mention, I'm going to get crucified for this. I have Bret Hart, The Undertaker, Brood, Mr. McMahon, and Razor Ramon. Also, I want to say there might be some wrestlers that I'm going to mention, be like, oh, that should have been in the 2000s, or that should have been in whatever decade. Some wrestlers were involved and competed in multiple decades, so I kind of just placed them in the ones that they were most popular in, or ones that I remember the most from. So bear with me if they're in a place that you don't agree with. It is what it is. A lot of people I know think The Undertaker has one of the greatest theme songs of all time. Undertaker's theme song is iconic, like the gongs ring, like you know it's The Undertaker. I don't think it's a good song. I think it's memorable and you can attach the person to the song easily. But I don't think slow gongs hitting for 5 minutes is entertaining or a good theme song, one that I'd want to listen to. Leaving Mr. McMahon off this list was hard because I really do think No Chance in Hell is like, it's such a great fucking song. And then Bret Hart, of course, Hitman, it's so good. I left those ones off for this top 5 list. At number 5, I have the NWO. The fucking electric guitar, just the song, and then you picture the entrance, you picture just the NWO, the aura, the black and the white. Hulk Hogan playing the guitar with the championship belt. NWO, this song, you hear it and you just think bad guys. You just think of anti-heroes. And then the Undisputed Era came out with a theme song. Their theme song was very similar to the NWO. So the NWO theme song stands the test of time and is still greatly influenced today. At number 4, I have Sexy Boy by Shawn Michaels. I was singing this song when I was like fucking 7 years old. I remember singing it with like my cousins. They'd be like, "Are you singing You're a Sexy Boy?" I'm like, "Damn right I am." DX, Are You Ready? I have at number 3. Are You Ready is a theme song of a generation. DX got so many kids in trouble in school in the late 90s and stuff. If I was a 90s kid and I was watching the Attitude Era, I probably would have gotten expelled from 3 different schools. I would have been doing suckets to everyone. I would have been fucking spitting water in people's face just like Triple H. I mean, I have a new wrestling show called Break It Down. Break It Down. Are You Ready? It's so inspirational. It's iconic. Some people might, I don't know, leave that song off or maybe forget about it. Not me. I don't forget about it. Next up at number 2, we have The Rock. And The Rock has so many different versions of his theme song that I just have written down all versions. Because when you hear the intro, if you smell what The Rock is cooking in whatever way he says it, you know it's The Rock. The Rock has some of the best theme songs of all time. I honestly can make a fair argument that his Final Boss theme song belongs in the top 5 for the 2020s. And maybe it does. Maybe it does. We'll see when we get there. But The Rock has had many different theme songs. Not all of them are perfect, but a lot of them people consider to be the best of all time. So I'm just going to put The Rock here. And number 1, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin. I Won't Do What You Tell Me. Come on. It's the Glass Shatter. If you look up greatest theme songs of all time, Stone Cold's theme song is probably going to be number 1 in at least half of them. You don't even have to be a wrestling fan. Then you hear that Glass Shatter, you know it's Stone Cold. You know he's going to come in, raise hell, leave, open up a can of whoop ass, smash a few beers, drink a few beers, have a shot of vodka, have another beer, have another shot of vodka, have a cigar, have a glass of whiskey, have another beer, have a shot of tequila. What? Vodka. What? Beer. What? Another beer. What? Yeah, all right, I'm done. All right, I'm done. I'm giving myself a headache. I'm getting a little lightheaded. Stone Cold, number 1 of the 90s. That's an easy one. Now we move on to the 2000s. Guys, this is my wheelhouse. I am so excited to talk about the 2000s. I'm going to piss some people off with this one because I have my opinions. I have my personal favorites and everything like that. And I know this is best of all time, but what I have written down here, I think is true. So if you disagree with me, it's okay. At honorable mention for the 2000s, we have the Hardy Boys, Randy Orton, Burnin' My Light, MVP, Triple H / Evolution in Crime Time. Some big hitters here, guys. In the 2000s was so hard to choose from. It was so hard to put this list together. Burnin' My Light not making the top 5. I'm Coming by MVP isn't. That, honestly, I would love to have put that even number 1 because MVP's theme song was unbelievably hard. Triple H, he has some incredible theme songs, and to some could be the greatest of all time, but I did leave him and Evolution off, and shout out Crime Time, RIP Shad Gaspard. Unbelievable. I can't believe they never won a tag team championship. That is criminal. Number 5, I have Kane, Slow Chemical. Kane has he has multiple theme songs. I forget what his first one was when he was, he had the mask on and everything. But this one, Slow Chemical, is when he removed the mask. The wonder of the world is gone. I know it is like, it's one of those songs that you initially think it doesn't match Kane. Like if you actually listen to the lyrics, it's like, I'll be your slow chemical. In a way, it's like kind of like a hardcore love song. I don't know if anyone else gets that vibe. Doesn't matter. Song goes hard, and it does actually fit Kane perfectly, even though I just said all that. Number 4, I have This Fire by CM Punk. This is the greatest, or one of the greatest wrestling theme songs of all time. It is my favorite wrestling theme song of all time. I almost had tears go down my eyes when they introduced CM Punk. They showed that video package, and they were playing This Fire Burns in the background. This is CM Punk's best theme song. Cult of Personality is unfucking believable in it. You could say Cult of Personality is his best theme song, and This Fire Burns is his best theme song. And genuinely, like, it's so hard to fight. You can't go wrong with either. But This Fire, he's never gonna bring it back, unfortunately, because Cult of Personality fits him better, I think, but this is the best song. At number 3, I have Chris Jericho, Break the Walls Down. The intro to it, the clock going down from 10 to 1. Come on, you know I gotcha. Yeah, won't break the wall down. And the iconic pose. Break the Walls Down could have easily been number 1 of the 2000s. It's so fucking good. And Chris Jericho, even now with Judas, I love that song even more than Break the Walls Down. It's a personal preference, but he does have some great theme songs. I do have 2 ahead of him in the 2000s. At number 2, I have Batista, I Walk Alone by Saliva. Do I have to explain it? Do I have to explain it? I don't want to have to waste my breath and waste my energy. The machine guns going off. The boom. Everyone did that as a kid. I just did that as a 26-year-old that's turning 27 in 25 days. That theme song not only is one of my favorites of all time, I think it is one of the greatest of all time. One of the most hype, one of the most energetic, one of the most, if I'm coming out to that song, I'm ripping someone's head off. So it makes sense why Batista was so dominant during his career. And at number 1, you guys probably have guessed it, it's Metalingus, Edge, Alter Bridge. You think you know me. Everyone knows what that is. It's kind of like, I'm not comparing it to Stone Cold, but like even as a non-wrestling fan, I feel like if people heard that You Think You Know Me, maybe not as much as people would recognize the Stone Cold Glass Shatter, but I think people would know that that's Edge. Edge is a number 1 for me. A lot of great options, but at the end of the day, it is kind of Metalingus not being at number 1 would be kind of foolish. Moving on to the 2010s, and again, this was another hard one. We had a lot of great options. At honorable mention for the 2010s, I have Rey Mysterio, Zack Ryder, Bobby Roode, Drew McIntyre, Broken Dreams, and The Miz. Zack Ryder and Drew McIntyre, I couldn't leave them out of this video. I couldn't leave them off of this list. Radio and Broken Dreams are 2 of the most insanely underrated theme songs of all time. I had to give them their flowers here. At number 5, though, I have Christian, Close Your Eyes. I think this is one that people would replace this one with other honorable mentions that I listed, but I have always loved Christian's theme songs. I think Close Your Eyes in the 2000s, and then when he came back in the 2010s, both of those songs are incredible. The remix, I don't know which one I like more, to be honest with you. The second one is a little bit more like hyped up and stuff, still more upbeat. The first one's just kind of like more mellow. Again, this is one that some people might replace with others, but I've always loved Christian's theme songs. At number 4, and this honestly could be higher. Do I want to? You know what? This is happening right now. I'm changing my rankings. At number 4, this was number 3, but now it's number 4. We have Voices by Randy Orton. Now, I think Voices, it's kind of like what CM Punk, Cult of Personality, This Fire Burns. I think his best theme song is Burning My Light, which unfortunately is getting snubbed, even though I think that is in my Mount Rushmore of favorite theme songs. Burning My Light is the better song. Voices better fits Randy Orton. And Randy Orton has had voices for, 15 plus years now. So that's a theme song that aligns with Orton. We don't really think of Burning the Light anymore. It's a great song, and I still listen to it a lot. But when you think of Randy, you think of Voices. Another thing that I've been thinking of, and honestly, I haven't been able to shake it this entire recording, is I'm wearing this New Japan Pro Wrestling training jacket from blacksmith.com, and it is so comfortable, it's so fashionable, and I'm sitting here thinking right now that you guys should 1000% get your hands on this. Blacksmith has a ton of wrestling apparel that you guys would love, including wrestling jerseys, jackets, track pants, t-shirts. They got everything. So if you want to get your hands on this New Japan jacket or other merchandise that they have on their website, head over to blacksmith.com, use code Dante15 at checkout to save 15% off of your order. The links to everything will be in the description. Shout out to Blacksmith. I love this jacket. Super comfortable, very stylish, like I mentioned. And if you guys want to get your hands on it, the link will be in the description below. At number 3, we have Somebody's Gonna Get It by Mark Henry, 3-6 Mafia. I don't know if there's a theme song out there that matches the superstar better. Like we think of Randy Orton Voices, CM Punk Cult of Personality, The Undertaker's Gong, Deadman music. Somebody's Gonna Get It. That goes with no one else. That is the perfect song from Mark Henry. You hear that, you run the other way. At number 2 in the 2010s, we do have CM Punk, Cult of Personality. I know I put this fire earlier, but I can't I can't leave off both of them. I can't leave off Cult of Personality. Like I mentioned earlier, it fits his character perfectly. The live renditions of it, live and in living color, when they performed at WrestleMania, both times they performed at WrestleMania, two of the greatest WrestleMania entrances of all time, live performances at least, if I may say so myself. Cult of Personality is one of the most well-known wrestling theme songs of like this era, this generation. And at number one, this should be an easy one. John Cena coming down to the ring to a song that you rapped on an album that went platinum. That's hard. That's fucking sick. You say what you want about John Cena and like, hey, maybe you don't like the song. I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty like mostly well-liked song. I don't know if I really know anyone or have like really seen much hate for this song. I think this is one of the most, if not the most memorable theme song of all time, to be honest with you. Like you just hear the ding, bang, bang. That was a terrible job at the opening, but you hear the intro to it, you know it's John Cena. And again, you're running down to the ring to yourself rapping. You're rapping yourself down to the ring. That's yeah, it's hard to beat that. And now we move on to the 2020s, our last decade. And to be completely honest with you, there really weren't many to choose from. We're in the Def Rebel era, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of people have bad theme songs, not a lot of great ones. We have a few really good ones, but it's easy for them to stand out in a crowd of shit theme songs. At honorable mention for the 2020s, I have The Married Couple in Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Io Sky, and the final boss, The Rock. The Rock was a very last minute addition for me, but the final boss theme song is so fucking good. The remix is amazing. Io Sky, I think honestly could have snuck into the top 5 here, but gonna keep her in the honorable mention. At number 5, we have Phenomenal by AJ Styles. Talk about giving this debuting superstar a theme song that just kicks absolute ass. AJ shows up in 2016 and is immediately given a top 5 theme song in the company. They don't want none. They don't want none. And it speaks to how popular and how good it is. When they changed it, the backlash that they got from it was insane. The fact that they even changed it in the first place was wild, but Phenomenal by AJ Styles. Thank God it's back now. It is one of the best theme songs today. At number 4, we don't hear it a lot. They actually remixed it recently, so fuck that. But the original one, The Rising Sun, Shinsuke Nakamura, when he has the violinist performing it live, I don't know if there's an entrance that's touching that. Shinsuke Nakamura early on, that's so much aura. Just the entrance, the character, the charisma, it was all so perfect. And WWE just fumbled it. He does have a sick theme song, one of the best of this era, to be completely honest with you. But unfortunately, the theme song and, the accolades, they never matched up. At number 3, we have Roman Reigns, Head of the Table. He debuted this song, I believe it was 2021. It was a little bit after he returned as a tribal chief. He was using the Shield theme song for like 7 years after they disbanded. Yeah, 6 years actually 7, because they disbanded in 2014 and then 2021. So yeah, 7 years he was using his old group's theme song. He was so due to get a new theme song, and the way they were presenting him, the way they were hyping up this Head of the Table tribal chief character, they couldn't Def Rebel this guy. They had to give him something. Well, they did Def Rebel him. I think this was by Def Rebel, one of the very few songs by them that actually was really good. This had to be good. They had to make sure that this was the ultimate aura farming theme song and just like final boss godlike feel. And that's exactly what it is. It fits Roman perfectly. It's very slow pace and stuff, but it's Roman. Takes him like 5 minutes to get to the ring. So it's a great theme song. At number 2, we have Shatter, which was used for Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has had a lot of really great theme songs. The Wyatt family theme songs. He had another one as well for The Fiend. I believe Shatter debuted with Wyatt when he returned in 2022. I could be wrong, but I think that's when we first heard it. It fucking sucks that he's not here to be a part of, the Wyatt 6 and see it all play out. But the Wyatt 6 still uses the Shatter theme song, which is a really, really nice to see, a really nice touch. He had some fucking iconic and legendary theme songs. And Shatter, I'm still happy they're using it today because it worked for Bray. It was an amazing theme song for Bray, and it's an amazing theme song for his brother and the Wyatt 6. And at number 1, this will probably end up going down as a top 10 theme song of all time. We have Kingdom by Cody Rhodes. And you know what? I'm not saying it's a cheat code or anything like that, but I feel like when you have an actual band perform a theme song, it's gonna be, I think, valued a little bit more than like from a CFO or from a Def Rebel, right? If it was me, I would like to have an actual band perform my song, create my song. Like Triple H had Motorhead. You have other bands like Shatter. I think it was Code Orange or whatever it was. Having actual artists and bands make songs makes them 10 times better. I think that goes without being said. But Cody Rhodes, number one on here, like there's some competition, but Cody Rhodes was an easy number one. And again, he's going to be climbing up the ranks of greatest theme songs of all time. I think Kingdom will go down as a top 10 theme song of all time. Now, the real question is, which decade put out the best WWE theme song? So starting from the bottom up, at number 5, I am going to put the 80s. Just not many to choose from. I only had 3 honorable mentions for that. It really wasn't a strong year. That being said, I mentioned it earlier. I feel like theme songs didn't really become super popular, or, not every superstar had a theme song to go along with them up until the 90s, really. So I'm going to blame it on that. At number 4, I'm going to put the 2020s because there are some great songs here like Cody Rhodes, Roman Bray, Shinsuke AJ that made the top 5. That is the top 5. But I don't know. It's a weaker grouping than other decades. Really no better way to describe it. And, again, like there were some good honorable mentions, but we're in the Def Rebel era, guys. Like the Def Rebel era should not be in the top 3. I'm sorry. At number 3, and this one's tough because I know what my number 1 is. I just don't know what I want to put at 2 and 3. I think at number 3, I am going to put the 2010s. I was going to say, there's some nostalgia in there, there's some bias, but I look at the 2010s and I look at the 90s. I'm putting the 90s at number 2. I just think the 90s, like those songs, Stone Cold, The Rock, DX, Sean, NWO, iconic songs. Like those songs stand the test of time. Not that close to Personality, You Can't See Me, Voices, even Christian's themes. Like it's not that none of those are great or won't stand the test of time. I just feel like Attitude Era 90s, like I say 2010s nostalgia for me, but for the 90s, that's nostalgia for just like, you can say peak wrestling or just nostalgia for the Attitude Era. And even like the honorable mentions, Bret Hart, Undertaker, Brood, McMahon. Yeah, the 90s is going in at number 2. And at number 1, we have the 2000s. I mean, when you have Edge, Batista, Chris Jericho, Kane, CM Punk in your top 5, you're not going to top that. Even the honorable mentions, like most of the honorable mentions, Randy, MVP, and Triple H easily could have been in the top 3. And I'm sure there's going to be people in the comments that are going to make a case for those being in the top 3. And I'm not going to argue with you. I think that is a fair case to make. But I do think the 2000s has the best decade of wrestling music. Maybe it's because, the 2000s is when we started to put it together. WWE was, realized the importance of a good theme song. Jim Johnston, the absolute fucking GOAT, putting out hit after hit after hit. I pray to God he returns to WWE one day and saves us from this Def Rebel CFO bullshit and, even gets inducted into the Hall of Fame because he deserves that as well. And there you have it, guys. Those are the greatest wrestling theme songs of all time by decade. So we have the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. A lot of good picks, maybe some controversial ones. I know we're all not going to agree here. We're all not going to have the same top 5s. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me on some of these songs, if you disagree with me on these rankings. And again, keep in mind, it's subjective. Everyone has an opinion, so let's be nice to each other. Thank you guys again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments any other suggestions, video ideas you have for me. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.